What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the Kingshot world, the Cupid family? It is your boy Cupid, and in today's video, we will be talking about the best way to obtain power in Kingshot. And I know it has been a while since I've uploaded a video, but for that, I will be doing a daily upload. Yes, you guys heard me. Every day, I will be bringing you guys knowledge about events, the best things that you guys should be doing for your castle, and many more. To play players, I will be prioritizing you in this video. My pay to win players, I will get to you guys later on in the video. If nobody wants to watch this whole video, you guys can go down to the description down below. I will put a timestamp of where you guys should be watching in the video, such as pay to win players, free to play players, troops, and etc. So now let's hop into this video. Comes down to gaining power, there's a few things that is key. Troops, research, governor gear, and your pet, well, your hero gear, not your pet gear. Troops is very important. Let's hop right into this because this is going to be a semi-long video because it's all about numbers. As you guys can see right now, I am training a total of 709 troops right now, infantry, and that takes me 9 hours and 45 minutes. This is important. I have a total of 3 camps, which I can train exactly 709 troops from each. So that means from all 3 camps, within 9 hours and 45 minutes, I will get 709 barracks. I'll get 709 stable. I'll get 709 range, which will equal up to a total of 709 times 3. 2,127 troops. So when you think about this number is very important, and the reason why I am stating this is because there is 24 hours in a day. If there's 24 hours in a day and you can train 709 troops from one station, that means that you will be able to get roughly 2 training sessions out of each station per day, which will result of 1,418 barracks in a day, 1,418 stables in a day, 1,418 range in a day. The number of troops that you will be able to train will fluctuate depending on your research. So depending on your growth tab and how deep you are into your growth tab, you will be able to train more troops. Let's go back. I will get into research as well, but let's go back and stay focused on troops. As I mentioned, from a day, I will be able to train a total of 2,000. Well, from 9 hours, I will be able to train a total of 2,127 troops. 9 hours and 45 minutes total, I will be able to train 2,127 troops. There's 24 hours in a day, so that means that we can double this number. This number right here turns into 4,254 troops a day. That's how many troops I can train a day. How much power does these troops give me? From T9, as a T9 player, which is TC 26 and up until TC 30. Once you reach TC 30, that's when you unlock T10s, which is the highest tier troops, until the furnace levels, until the town center levels increase. But right now, me, TC 29 player, which is a tier 9 holder, a tier 9 troop holder, I can train 709 troops off of my research, which will result in 35,450 power. How do I know this? Because I have done this before and I've looked at the results of training 709 troops. I can show you guys for just as an example because I haven't used anything on my troops right now. So 49 seconds for me to train 1 troops is 50 power. Let's remember this number right here, 4,254. We're going to take a screenshot of that, 4,254. So now 50 times 709, because that's how many troops I can train. I get a total of 35,450 troops. Now, with that being said, I get a total of 35,450 power off of 709 troops. So if I was to train 709 troops, it gives me 35,450 power. You guys just seen it. 50 power for one troop times 709 troops is 35,450. Now we take this number 709 from one camp and we will have to multiply this by 6. Why? Because we can train 2 from each camps. We got 3 camps in total, and we can train 709 twice from each camp in a day, which will result in 709 times 6, 4,254 troops, as I mentioned. Now, 35,450, because that's what we get from 790 troops, which is one set of training. We times that by 6 because we will be training a total of 6 sets of 709. We will be doing 709 twice from barracks, 709 twice from stables, 709 twice from range. So you take your power level of your troops and you times that by 6 because you will be coming in training that a day. You get a total of 212,700 troop power, or power gain off of troops a day. Now this number is important because if you come in here every 9 hours and 50 minutes or whatever time it is, and you you train your troops, you don't use speed ups at all, you can get a total of 212,700 troops a day. Times this by 30, you get 6,381,000 power a month just off of training 709 troops. That number, 6.3 mil, will fluctuate once again off how many troops that you can train per day or per session. But this is the way to gain power, guys. This is literally the way to gain power as a free-to-play player, a pay-to-win player, whatever you want to call yourself, a whale, a dolphin. You should be coming in here every day, guaranteed, having troops training non-stop. When it comes down to your tech, you want to focus on research, which means your tool enhancement. You want to focus on tooling up. You want to focus on camp expansion, and you want to focus on trainer tools. The reason why you want to focus on these 4 things is because tooling up enhances your construction speed. Enhancing your construction speed, which means enhancing your construction speed will mean your construction will get done faster. The faster you can the faster you can construct buildings, the faster you can get things done, obviously, and the enhancement will also decrease the timing on your building, which is key for free-to-play and pay-to-play players, because less time means less speed ups being used. Less speed ups being used means more speed ups being used towards other things such as troops, which is the main things that pumps power. Let's go to your camp expansion. The reason why you want to increase your camp expansion is because, as you guys can see right here, it increases the number of troops that can be trained at a single time. So each level that you get, it increases how many troops that you can train each time. The higher that you get this, the more troops that you can train. The more troops you can train, more power. That's literally what it equals. Your tool enhancement. Your tool enhancement enhances your academy's research speed, which means the faster things will be able to research. The faster you can research your your training tools, the faster that you can get the training speed. So that's what the tool enhancement, and that's why it is key for, I guess, power, because it helps push towards troop training, which is key for power. So the lower that you can get your troop training, the more troops that you could train per training set, and the more troops that you could push out per day. So, for example, if you can get this 9 hours and 40 minutes or 50 minutes down to 6 hours, that means you will be able to train 4 sets of barracks per day. So that means 709 times 4 equals 2,836. That's just from one camp per day. You have 3 camps total. So you have to do 2,836 times 3. You will be able to train 8,508 troops total in a day if you was to get this. Well, if you was to focus on your research, getting your training tools, and getting your camp expansion, if you just push all of this, which is helping your growth, at the end of the day, you'll be able to train 8,508 troops. This is important. Why? Because you're doing 4 from each set, which means that you're getting 35,450 times 4, which means you're getting 141,800 just from one set of troop types. So such as infantry, archer, or your cavalry. You have to times this number by 3 because you have 3 camps. You can get 425,400 power if you was to push your research, get your tool enhancements up, get your camp expansion up, get your training tools down to where it can reduce your training speed to around 6 hours per 709. You get 425,400 power per day. Now, once again, just like earlier, you times this number by 30. You're gaining 12.7 mil power a day free. That's free. That's no speed ups included at all. Guys, literally, this is all it is to gain in power. Your troops, your hero gear, when it comes down to using your shards and all the other things, those are important, but I honestly don't want to even waste my time going into gaining power from heroes, because the main thing that you should be focusing on is your troops. I will save developing your heroes, such as hero gear and where to use your sludge hammers and what level, like how you should be balancing, such as Zoe and your infantry and your archer, the way that you should be balancing and what pieces you should be focusing on and which piece is important and why it's important. I will do all of that, but literally, as you guys can see from my power here, 11.7 mil of my power comes from troops. Another 11 mil comes from governing gear. If you want to talk about governing gear, literally, it's just enhancing your governing gear that will give you power. I will go into a whole separate video on the best way to enhance your governing gear. I feel like I've taken enough time on explaining how to increase your power just off of troops. 12.7 mil power a day. 12.7 mil power in a month. If you times this by 10, you'll be 127.6 mil player within 10 months. And that's literally just off of no speed ups, training troops, logging in every day, and training troops. That is the best way to gain power off of troops. Another thing I want to talk about gaining power wise is resources. Resources is very important when it comes down to training troops. If you want to push troops, if you want to be able to train troops, if you want to be able to grow, such as advancing your building, you will want to be looking for resources. Resources is key, and it is a way that you can get 1 billion resources literally a week or a month for free. And I'm going to go into that now. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible because I don't want this video to be long, but let's begin. When it comes down to your marches, 9 times out of 10, if you're a free-to-play player, you will only have 5 marches. Marches means how many deployments you can deploy. You will only have 5 because you won't be paying for the March Q pack. If you pay for the March Q pack, you're not a free-to-play player. Sorry, you're a pay-to-win player. So free-to-play players, you will only have 5. How you can obtain 5 March Qs is off of your tech research. your academy research / your tech research. You go to your battle, and you go to regimental expansion. No. It's growth. You go to growth, and you go to command tactics. Once you reach command tactics, this increases how many march queues you can get. So command tactics 1, unlock 1. Command tactic 2, you get another one, which gives you a total of 2. Command tactic 3 gives you a total of 3, and you also get 2 as a free-to-play player. So that's how you get 5 march queues in total. Now let me show you guys how you can capitalize and get a lot of resources as a free-to-play player and never run out of resources, so that way you guys can stay obtaining power. As you guys can see, at level 7, I want to find a level 8 so bad. There's no level 8s. Level 7 can give you 6 mil wood. Let's start with that. You have something called a gathering speed growth. So if you click under the arrow under your picture, you click on growth, and you go to gathering speed for 250 gems. It will be able to double your resource gathering speed for 8 hours. Now, if you purchase this and you go gather, look at your gathering time, you can see in total for me to gather 6 million resources, it will take 3 hours and 50 minutes. Let's just say 4 hours. So I can gain a total off of 1 queue. It's 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. That's 5 times that I will be able to. Whoa. No, that's not 5 times. That's 6 times. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. That's 6 times I will be able to gain 6 million wood, I think this is. Yeah, 6 million wood off of a level 7. Now, a level 8 gives you 12 million, if I'm not mistaken, or 14 million. So you can increase that number, but I would just stick to a level 7 for right now, because there's sadly no level 8s that I would be able to use as an example. So off of level 7, you can off of level 7 for bread, it gives you 6 mil every 4 hours. Now this is when you go back to doing math. You can do this 6 times. 6 times 6 million is 36 million. In the day, you can get 36 million resources off of 1 queue. You have 5 queues in total. So we're going to take 36 million and we're going to times this by 5. You get 180 million resources in total off of your 5 queues a day. Now, how do you get to a billion? Easily. 180 times 10, 180 million times 10 is 1.8 billion. The 1.8 E9 is literally breaking my calendar, but literally 180, if you take 180 and you times 180 times 2, that's 360. If you take 180 times 10, that's 1,800, but you're not doing 180. You're doing 180 million, and you're timesing that by 10. So let's go on Google. 180 million times 10 is 1,800,000,000. That is literally how many resources you guys are getting in 10 days off of 5 queues. If you send 5 queues to go on, if you send 1 queue to go on farm in 24 hours, you're getting 36 million. You turn 36 million, you times 36 million by 5, because that's how many you're doing. That's 180 million in the day you're getting just off of farming resources. Now, if you times that by 10, within 10 days, you will have 1,800,000,000 resources. Now, if you do that in 30 days, you will literally have 5.4 billion resources. Why? Because 1.8 times 3 is 5.4. That is 5.4 billion resources you guys are getting for free just off of farming as a free-to-play player with only 5 queues. Now, you have to keep in mind of leaving 1 queue open for doing your intel missions and joining rallies. If you want to join rallies and do intel missions, knock out your intel missions before they refresh. Literally, there's a timer where you guys can see that your Um, Missions will be refreshing. You can go over here to the timer, come here, knock out everything before it refreshes, and then literally send your troops out to farm. If you have 6 queues, we have to times this 36 by 6 now. That's 216 million you get. That's 2,160,000,000 you're getting in 10 days. Now if you take 2.16 and you times that by 3, you will get 6.48 billion resources. That's 6,480,000,000 as a pay to win player. Why? Because you 9 times out of 10 will have maxed out research and you will have 6 queues, which means you will be able to send 6 queues to go and farm. Now, if you want to go back to the pay to win, I mean the free to play player, because technically if you just want to leave one queue open for doing things such as marching beast or hunting polar tears and calling rallies and joining rallies as a pay to win player, you can still leave open one of your queues and have the rest farming. Why? Because that's still 5.4 billion resources as a pay to win player with only having 5 queues farming and still calling in rallies to pull in extra resources, still joining rallies to pull in extra resources. Free to play players, if you want to do the same thing, only have 5 queues and you want to only have 4 queues gathering, leave 1 queue open, you take your 36 million and you times that by 4, you get 144 million a day. You times that by 10, you literally get you get 144 million a day. You literally get 1.4 billion in 10 days. And 30 days, that's a total of 5.2 if I'm not mistaken. 4.2, yes, 4.2. My math, I'm spitting numbers all over the place. You get a total of 4.2 resources off of 4 queues, having one open as a pay to win, as a free to play player. So guys, that's literally the best way for you guys to capitalize off of power as a pay to win and free to play player. Also joining rallies, having your auto join on, literally go over to your alliance, click on war, go down to auto join, click on enable. If you don't have a formation, you literally click on your formation, add your heroes that you want. You can click split, you can do a full deployment. I recommend just doing split so that way you can join as many rallies as you can. And once you click on enable, you go ahead and you will be auto joining rallies, as many rallies as you can join a day. You'll be able to join. If you don't turn it off, it turns off within every 8 hours, and that's that. You can get the rewards. You don't got to be on the game. You just literally turn on auto join every 8 hours. You can reap the rewards from polar tears and also be able to. Those reinforcements just kind of scare me. I was wondering why they sent me reinforcements, but it's because they don't have a shield. But that's literally what it is for gaining power. You want to also be doing your conquest missions, get as far as you can into your conquest missions. You want to be using your recruit heroes. You will get 5 of these every 5 minutes after reset. Come in here, do your recruit thing, log into these, click on your events, I guess, and click these little chests, your whatever, do your chest, do your daily events as well. That's the best way to grow. Use minimum speed ups, minimum whatever it requires. So training troops right now, if you want to push troops, you can push troops. As a free to play player, just do the minimum, train a few troops, get the max target points, and then get up out of there. That's another way to grow. Alliance contributions, you can go over to your tech, contribute to your tech. That gives you alliance tokens. Once you receive the alliance tokens, you can come over here to your shop and you can get speed ups as well, and you can use those speed ups towards whatever you find useful. That's another way to grow as a free to play player and pay to win players. Those are the main ways that you guys should be growing in this game. Those are key. That's literally it. That's literally all. There's nothing more to it. The best way to gain power, though, is from the training troops. Make sure that you come in here and train troops nonstop. Your troops is your power. As you can see, 11.7 mil power of mine is from my troops. I have a total of 238k, well, 240k troops. I've lost a total of 211. So I'll say that's about 10M troop power that I've lost. So in total, I'm really a 50M power player, just because troops power isn't true power. True power means power without your troops. That's building, tech, governing gear, hero, pet power. That's everything that is permanent. Those will never fluctuate. It will only go up. It will never go down. Governing gear power will only go down, and your hero gear power will only go down if you your hero power will only go down if you change some things around, such as gear, and you get the fluctuating things and it drop it just a tad bit or drastically. But other than that, hero power will never fluctuate, such as going down majorly. Pet power will never go down. Governing power is permanent. Tech power is permanent. Building power is permanent. Those will only go up. Those will never go down. The only thing that will go down drastically is troop power. If you get zeroed or you lose 100,000 troops, this number will change drastically. You can lose 100,000 troops and lose about 4 mil power, depending on what tier power, what tier troops the power are. So if you lose 100,000 T9 troops, that's about 4.7 mil, 3 mil worth of power that you will be losing. So hope you guys found this video very helpful. It has been your boy Cupid. I am out. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.